All right, so I unmuted us for a minute, saying hello, everyone. This is Byron with Gigi. We are doing the ZombSEIs Art Rant episode 15, and today I'm going to just draw something to reward our ZombSEIs and creepy companion holders. What will it be? It's yet to be seen. So
nobody knows.
Nobody knows yet. No, I don't even know yet, which is pretty silly, but that's how it goes. All right.
Yeah, Superman, your voice is really low.
Obviously.
There he is.
Got better. Welcome, Superman. He's been busy picking up the slack in the back channels.
Yeah, but I have no idea what goes on in those back channels, really. Just a bit.
Well, we're going to talk about it today. So we've got a full hour here. We're going to cover everything while you're drawing. And cool. Some good and some bad news for ZombSEIs, specifically concerning the Magic Eden issues. So we'll just start talking about it because I think we're at a stage where we're going to have to discuss our options, unfortunately, because the model is currently broken since migration, right? We can't add new pieces to the Say of the Dead. So that kind of, defies the purpose of having the collection as currency, right? We made a lot of pieces specifically for that. So we're exploring some options here. We do have a couple of ideas, but again, until it's finalized, and sure, I don't want to start spreading, some false rumors or stuff like that. But yeah, we are exploring options. We have tried with Magic Eden as much as we could. This is like 4 months now, and unfortunately, the last answer we got was that it's just not feasible. For Say of the Dead, we would have to, let's say, keep adding pieces as open editions. But I don't like that because every single piece will be its own collection. You know what I mean? So it's like
can't control the floor and all that other stuff, really.
Like it's not ideal.
Yeah, it's counterproductive.
So the Dead technically would be 37 pieces total now. The collection would be complete in terms of for a collection of one-on-ones. Maybe for options, what we could do is you prepare the pieces ahead of time, and we could upload them at a later date as let's say the Dead V2, second version of it. But I mean, I'm not too crazy about it. I feel that it's just us compensating for lack of creator tools on Magic Eden.
100%.
So let's just explore all our options. I know, guys, we talked about Stargaze. I really tried to get into contact with the foundation. I really tried to talk to DMs, Telegram, Discords, and unfortunately, guys, from the way I get to see things, we don't seem to be taken seriously. We don't seem to be wanted by them here currently, which I think is quite unfortunate. I think we only showed good faith ever since we got here. So it kind of sucks that they're only going to have a discussion with us, but. That's something that we're taking in as well as we make our decision here because, we're not going to stick around if we're not wanted here. But the thing is, we have a large community here now. They have a lot of NFTs. So the last thing we want is for those NFTs to not be able to be used. So, I wouldn't worry too much about that. We'll find a solution here with the community. Again, we'll put up some suggestions in the coming days, weeks, as we discuss with the team what our options are. And at the end of the day, we're probably going to put out a sort of proposal at some point for the ZombSEIs, and we'll have them vote on what they would like to do here moving forward. At the end of the day, we could always stay here just as a PFP collection without having the deflationary aspect part of it, or we could try and find new ways of deflating the collection. But it's a lot of balls thrown at us here.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, I mean, once you get to a certain point of not being able to do even half of what you originally set out to do, what was your roadmap? I mean, how long do we stick around? We have things to do. We got people to satisfy and itches to itch. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna explore that. So Ashley, maybe I know you were kind of busy these last days. You were sick and got a bunch of appointments. So we're gonna get back into it. Get on a call here and see what our options are. We really want to present you what we think, and see if you like the idea. If you do, I think we could move along with this. But again, I want the community to have an input. I don't want to take a decision for the entire community, but yeah, I'm still holding a shit ton of ZombSEIs. We have those tributes, we have those Save the Dead pieces, and yeah, one of the options would be Stargaze for me. We could have a denom in Say if Say would cooperate with us a little bit here, and I'm sure there's other collections in the same situation as us. So maybe we could have a group effort here to try and get this done if they want to. But if not, well, there's always the option of remaining on Magic Eden as a PFP collection. That's always the final option, I guess, that we can have.
Yeah.
And just release some single pieces as open editions. It's not the same model and kind of breaks the whole thing down, but
yeah, really, I mean,
they're just options. So
yeah, there is actually a lot more options. So I look forward to exploring some of those with you and the community in the coming weeks. We got to kind of move fast though, because this is almost getting ridiculous. It's been how long now? Like 4 months?
4 months since the migration, and I don't know why, but it feels like that marketplace, although it is one of the biggest ones, sometimes when you're throwing yourself out with the big fish, you kind of get ignored, right? I feel like when you were on Palette, they would take the time to promote, other collections in the top 3 or top 4. Right now, there's always the fuckers up there, the Cappies, and just a couple more, but we don't really get put on the limelight. And again, we came as a free mint, right? We didn't come here with plenty of funds. We got also snubbed a bit on the creators round. We were in 3rd place. They demoted us to 20th, saying that we were botting or whatnot, not even providing us any explanation. That's another aspect of Say that, guys, we try our best here to onboard users. We're not here to grift or to do any of that, and to be talked about like that, and not even being provided some sort of explanation. We tried to provide explanation for them, saying that these Kepler users that had to migrate their wallets to a new wallet, is that considered a bot if there's only one interaction on the chain? But like, that's the situation of them migrating to EVM that caused that. So we don't believe we bought it unless some random user did it. But I mean, at that point, it definitely didn't come for us. We just asked our community to support the collection, the project, and they did. But again, if they didn't vote for other projects, that was all part of the algorithm of how the creators' funds get distributed and all that. But yeah, I do find it unfortunate. Not only did some OGs shit on the project, shit on us, our personalities, then the Say Foundation with this whole situation, then Magic Eden, guys, and it's starting to get heavy for us, right? So yeah, we really want to explore the full option. So
I won't lie, there are other blockchains that have been a lot nicer to us, and there are some where we can have actually real clout if we wanted to, because they respect what we've done, and they know that we're here to build and keep building, and not just my dog's acting up. But yeah, anyway, there are people out there, like there are blockchains out there that will not bend over backwards, but will work with us. They know who we are, they know what I've done, they know where kind of community you guys have built and stuff, and they like that. So there are other blockchains that will be much more accommodating. You know what I mean?
100%. And the thing is, I really enjoyed the community here. I find they were super outgoing. Right now, I feel that it is kind of dying down, and even on the spaces, you clearly see that they went from like 200 or 300 people, and now they're down to the regular numbers like everybody else.
Yeah.
So
take away the money, and that's when the people disappear.
Kind of feel the NFTs took a bit aside with the latest things that they did. Even the creators rounds are now moving towards actual DeFi projects and stuff like that. So look, we're going to explore the options. We'll share with the community. We'll put a couple of proposals. If you guys have any suggestions whatsoever, please feel free to put them inside the suggestion channel. And yeah, we're going to be exploring everything that we can do here. Obviously, the Creepy Companions are the DAO that was managing this collection, and they are on Stargaze. So obviously, that's an easy fix. And on top of that, on Stargaze, the beauty of that marketplace is if you need any help from the actual marketplace itself, the support is instant. You get it right away. Their whole focus is NFTs. And what I really like about Stargaze is that all the collections or the chains that launch their Genesis token or their Genesis collection, they decide to launch it on Stargaze because collections that went there, whether it be Osmosis with the mad scientists, the slots with Tia. So those collections are now branded to that chain and their Genesis collections, and that's where they decide to launch. And these are projects that have raised millions and millions of dollars and providing hundreds of thousands of dollars of volume per week. So these aren't little small collections; these are massive collections. And Stargaze is totally focused on these NFTs. So they've got real world assets where you could literally claim physical pieces if you wanted to, plushies, cards, whatever you want. So they have that feature. They've got burn features. They've got the one-on-one minter. They've got live auctions, like real auctions. You don't have to go on a third-party platform to do a raffle or to do these auctions because Stargaze has it integrated directly. It's got analytics. So again, guys, I think we really got to focus on what's going to make the collection successful. I know these PFPs are amazing, and we know that the Byron's working on a V2, so that could be like something that we could consider the V2 launching on another chain and keeping the ZombSEIs as PFPs on one side. But in order to redeem them, you would have to burn some of these ZombSEIs to get them. These are all options that we can explore.
Yeah,
I think that the hard part is for those that got the suits, the nakeds, and the bandaged. I'm trying to see how we can secure those at least, not burn those, and have those dropped on some other chain, right? Because they do have added value for the Horde earnings and stuff of that nature. So these are all things that we're exploring. And we're going to do it, man. I think it's something that I don't think it's going to be too difficult to do. But yeah, again, I'm asking the dev right now. He just came back from vacation. He came back on Monday from the where did he go? He went down south. So he's actually considering moving there, get some nice sunshine.
in Europe, you mean?
I'm leaving on Monday. I'm going to Mexico.
You dog, you special guy. So you're gonna get some nice sunshine, some tacos.
I need it. And to get back to your question with the special traits, nothing stops us from putting those same traits in the V2 and dropping it to those that have them on the V1.
That's fact.
always an
Yeah.
option.
Yeah,
Now, yeah, no, that's all
it's
great.
gonna require some dev work, but I was actually gonna ask you, Byron. I know that right now you're taking a little journey on the wax side.
Yeah, I'm reactivating my community there and letting loose my creativity there again because no other platforms, no other blockchains let a creator do what Wax does. And I know you guys love Stargaze, but they're still lacking compared to what Wax can provide. But ask me the question, sir. I want to hear it.
Well, first thing is we're gonna have to find a way to get the creepy companions to know what you're doing over there. So we're gonna have to either create a channel here somewhere where you can talk about what you're actually doing there, or I think there's a way for us to put like every time you do an announcement in your Discord that it shows up in mine.
Yeah, there is a thing. We had one in the Horde's Discord called Friends of the Horde. So whenever someone in other Discords post, it would update in ours there. The dev that is no longer with us right now had set that up, so I don't know how that gets set up. But that would work because I'm horrible at making updates. I just assume that if people are gonna like my work, they're gonna probably follow me somewhere and try to keep up to date because I just put stuff out. Like I don't have a lot of plan. I'm trying. I did a plan with my my Ass Pack Series 8. I had wrote it all out, kind of planned it out, did a whole shitload of burns and redeems and stuff like that. So that kind of worked. People had fun.
What is an ass pack, Byron?
An Ass Pack is originally it was an amalgamation of sketches and stickers.
Okay.
Now I call it simply an assortment of sketches and stickers. And basically it's my artwork, things like this that I'm doing now, gathered up and minted into little packs. So the last one had 32 pieces of art. Most of them were all just little sketches and some of those speed skulls and things like that. I minted them all. I put them into this one big pack, and in that pack, the pack is an NFT, right? And so, and it's basically a pack of cards. You go and you burn it to open it up, and there's a special mechanism for burning it. If you just burn it on its own, you're probably gonna just lose it. So anyway, what the hell? So there's 4. You burn it, you get 4 out of 32, and there's different rarities and stuff. And if you collected, there were 16 square skulls. So if you collected all 16, you could redeem it for a special NFT. It would not burn your NFTs, those 16 skulls. It would lock it into the contract so you can claim them later. That way nobody can nobody could game the system by just reusing the old NFTs, right? So now they got those 16 NFTs, and there was other ones for speed skulls and some for there was 10 ink sketches. And so people collected those to get special NFTs. There was only 16 of the skulls, 10 for the ink sketches, and another 6 speed skulls. So you collect those things for the special NFTs. So that's what the ass packs are. They're just my way of dumping a chunk of art, letting people burn up a whole bunch of stuff, collect for fun, and get a reward at the end. So next week I introduce the rewards for those that collected things. So that'll be kind of fun. And on Wax I can introduce like farming for other NFTs, farming for coins, staking. There's all sorts of things. We got the taco venue where people can go work. Their taco venue, they can earn Shing, which is another currency. And then they can also get a chance at winning an NFT or 2 of mine. They give away 3 per day on Wax. Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead.
Let me ask you something. Let's say somebody comes in your Discord. Is there like a place where you're announcing this specifically, like only in the announcement, or is it a bit like all over the place for everything that you're doing? Because again, I'm just thinking of somebody that like doesn't know the chain but wants to explore. I think you posted something that before they used to pay for the wallet, now you don't have to anymore, or something like that. Or
yeah,
codes or
exactly. They used to have Wax had a real big problem with bots, and they thought that by introducing a 5 Wax fee, which it's like 10 cents, 15 cents right now. Oh, and hi Ellie Bear, she's a new follower on the Twitter. Anyway, so they got rid of that, so now anyone can go and set up their own Wax wallets for free. But just by going to atomichub.io, or even if you go to Wax.io and you choose the Wax Cloud wallet, you can get it set up for free now. But the difference between Wax and EVM kind of technology, like the Stargaze, is Wax relies on CPU and RAM. So you have to kind of stake some of your Wax to those 2 different functions. The RAM is you're holding how much your wallet can hold, and your CPU tells you how many transactions you can do in a day. It refreshes itself, so you don't have to keep buying new CPU. But if you get really busy and you start like just claim, you're right, like that's the gas fee, so you're gonna have to top it up. And they have places that you can actually rent CPU from for like just pennies, literally just pennies, and you get like dollars worth of usage.
So if somebody gets the wallet and wants to start collecting NFTs, he has to stake Wax or no?
They have to do a little bit of Wax, but I mean, what I've been doing mostly is every time someone starts a new wallet and wants to start collecting, like Dizzle, for example, I think that's his name. He's came over from Stargaze and Say, and he's collecting my Wax work now. And what he did is he let me know what he's doing. He told me his wallet, and I went and I topped up a little bit of RAM and a little bit of CPU for them so they can actually just get started. But I mean, crypto.com, it can easily send Wax to your Wax wallet. Very low fees for stuff like that. But yeah, anyone in the Discord, like Wax is really friendly. It's a really friendly community, and they want to help people learn how to use it. So almost anywhere you go on Twitter or even in our Discord, people happily help you out. The other cool thing in my Discord is if you register, you buy there's a certain kind of a gatekeeping NFT by the Wax Portal gang, and they basically what they do is you buy this NFT on Wax. You burn it, and it gives you access to all the different gated Wax communities on Discord. So you don't have to keep buying different things to get gated into all those different communities. You get one, bang, it works. So now people can go into my community on Discord, and they can, every time they text, they type in morning, good morning, Byron, they might say, and they can earn a little bit of dust for each kind of conversation they have. So if you have a lot of conversation, you can start earning passive income just by talking in my Discord, because that Wax has that set up like that. You can buy multipliers as well, like they're called dust enhancers, and there's even a special Horde dust enhancer as well that I made about 4 years ago. when that was first starting out. See, that's the other thing. Like wax, I have the history there too, right? So a lot of the developers and players know who I am because I've been around for so long. Anyway, so you can get these dust enhancers to increase how much dust you earn, and when you earn enough, you can convert it to wax, and if you got enough of that, you can either buy NFTs or you can convert it to fiat and go buy yourself a hamburger. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? Because I want to do like either a Medium article where maybe we can have like how to get started, just like simple stuff. Because then I guess if somebody really wants to dive deeper, they'll just come in your Discord and ask questions.
Yeah,
that's the way I do it. I don't think we have to drop a big bomb of information to people. That's just gonna turn them off. So I think the best thing is that I'm gonna create that channel. Maybe I'll use one of your channels that you have, maybe the announcement channel where you post stuff that you're doing currently, like
Sure.
you're dropping pieces or whatever, and we'll have the notifications tag the creepy companions every time you post an announcement there. I think I did it with the Underworld, remember, for the PL staking.
Yeah.
I'll do something similar to that, so every time that you tag a specific role, it gets tagged in ours. The Medium article that I want to do basically is and this will be exclusive for the holders of your NFTs, is that okay, this is the wallet you gotta have. These are the links to whatever things that you're doing right now over there in the marketplaces and where you can buy and stuff. And another thing we can do, Byron, because one of the things that I find is hard is to get people to go from one chain to the other, right? That's technically the most difficult thing. So
right.
some people, the diehard fans, are gonna make the jump to wax, and I think also it's been a bit harder for the wax people to come here. Although there is some that did come on Stargaze, I think we have the opportunity with ZombSEIs V2 or ZombSTARS V2 to do something there and try really to bridge the communities together and to use basically your art to do that. So I think there's something we can do there for sure. Even if it's a question of burning a bunch of wax NFTs to get, maybe some free V2 ZombSTARS, right? They'll drop to you if you burn, let's say, 10 or 15 of this specific collection that you're trying to downsize on wax type of thing.
Right.
So that because you have a lot of activity there, I think you've got some nice royalties attached to the pieces there. So
13%.
Yeah, and that would be like a nice little cleanup of wax. Because the thing that what we're trying to do is really to like condense the art and focus the energy specifically on specific things. Because I think ZombSTARS V2 is going to be great. I already see a couple of ideas like if you burn a ZombSEIs, you can get a whitelist for, let's say, a free mint. We can do the same thing for wax, and this is how we'll get people from SEI to come to Stargaze, and let's say wax to come to Stargaze.
Yep.
And if we can show what you're doing right now on wax, like the type of pieces you're dropping, how to go about it. So maybe I'll have just a wax channel in the Creepy Companions. Maybe I'll copy it.
Because I won't lie, like I enjoy working on wax. It lets me do whatever the fuck I want. Like I can.
Well, you know what it is when it's the first chain you're on. That's what you've explored. It's just natural, right? We're creatures of habits. I started on Cosmos, so right. I'm Cosmos. That's the way I like. That's the wallet I like. That's what I like to use.
But the other difference between you and I is like you're a collector / investor or investor / collector, where all I am is a creator. Like I don't collect, I don't invest, I just create. So for me, like the money aspect of everything, it is a different language that I don't care to learn. I tried it. I really did. I really tried with Stargaze and with SEI to really embrace the kind of investor mentality a little bit and try to like focus on how to earn the money, right? And it's just a burnout for me. Like I just can't sustain it. It is creatively dampening. But I appreciate it in those that do that, right? Like that's a different kind of art form. It's your kind of art form. You're very good at handling and managing money, whereas I'm good at kind of schmoozing and talking and drawing, right? Creating community with my art. And so when I was on wax, it let me do all those kind of things. Like it let me give away, because there was no money involved, right? Like it was pennies on the dollar for wax. One wax is now worth, I think, 2 cents. And that was actually when I started. It went all the way up to $1, and then it plummeted down. Right, story of our lives. But the cool thing with Wax is like the developers are always building, just like Stargaze. Like they're always building toward NFTs. And now they're actually looking at DeFi stuff, like what Say is doing, and they got their liquid staking, and they got a whole bunch of other things going on now too. But at the time, it was like, what can we give the creators? So we started, and they actually reached out to us and asking, what do you want? And this was 4 years ago when I started, right? So I was like, okay, well, I want a way to burn something so they can get something new. They made an easy interface for it. I want to be able to blend a couple things together and give something new based on their traits. So they built that. I want to be able to airdrop to people. So they built that. I want to airdrop to people that own certain things. So they built that. And it was just amazing. Like they just kept building. I want to be able to whitelist people that are staking to my farm and only let them have these drops. So they built that. And now, you know what they built? They built the ability to take an NFT, have every single aspect of it mutable, and you can change it however you want. So now I can edit the images, I can edit the status, I can edit everything. And this is going to be a fun way to actually build up the MyZickle army, which is on Wax as well. So it's going to be exciting, and I really hope you guys try to embrace the Wax, because I think with your skills and my skills and the people that know us and the grants that are available to us, we can actually probably build a Stargaze Wax bridge ourselves that let everyone use it.
You know what's needed? I think even like all the projects that I've launched so far is, you know, at the beginning, everybody's super excited, everybody's into it, blah, blah, blah. And then what happens is everything falls off a cliff slowly with time.
Yep.
People lose interest. People leave. And, you know, that's what's hard to get, is to get people to actually participate in the ecosystem. Because, again, if you're giving stuff for free, funding is not really there. So we really need volunteers, people that are willing to build tools for free. Like you said, you know, a lot of developers that are, you know, building a game and they want to add your NFTs to it, and that's how you build these connections. And on Wax, since you have all these connections, it is an interesting option for sure. The only thing that I would say for let's say myself as an investor is that if I'm collecting NFTs, I would like to have the NFT on a chain that I think is gonna still be around 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Because imagine you collect all these NFTs and then 5 years from now, there's no more support for that chain. Well, those NFTs are gone, right? So yes, you can bridge them on other places and stuff like that. But I think having the original place where you launch them it's important. But again, it's so unpredictable right now. There's so many chains. Which ones are going to survive, which ones are not. And, you know, the honest truth is that 99% of these chains that you see right now won't be around in 5 years from now, or 10 years from now.
I completely agree. Wax is not one of those ones. Neither is Stargaze.
I hope not, right? We don't know. If I knew, like, you know, everybody would be investing in it, right? So
yeah.
The thing is, nobody knows. That's why there's so many chains, is everybody trying to do their thing. Now, Wax, what I've noticed so far from what you're saying is they do have all these creators tools. So for creators to go and build there, it is interesting.
Yep.
But I do feel like maybe there's a lack of direction for the entire chain as a whole. Like, let's say on Cosmos, a lot of chains tried building marketplaces, right? Many projects tried. So Territory launched a marketplace, Chihuahua launched a marketplace, but the only one that succeeded was Stargaze. So now I think because I kind of feel that these newer chains are making all the mistakes these old chains made in the past, and they're repeating the same mistakes. So for Stargaze specifically, now everybody wants to launch their collections. There's not even a debate anymore. People know that sustaining a marketplace and all that, it requires a lot of work. Now there's Arc that launched on Cosmos, which is going to be challenging for them because they literally got to take market shares away from Stargaze, which has just been focused solely on the NFTs and the creators. So it might not be as advanced than, let's say, Wax, because Wax is a full chain, right? So it's got the full support of the DeFi side, so it's got funding, right?
And all their marketplaces are shared. Like every single marketplace that pops up is going to be used by everybody at the same time. They don't have to have specific.
So Stargaze, that's the thing. It's an app chain, so right. It's a part of Cosmos, and it's trying to be its own layer one. And right now, there's some discussions about maybe migrating to the hub directly and becoming the main marketplace for the entire ecosystem. I don't know how that would work. That's very interesting to to see what's going to happen with the token, with the ecosystem. But I mean, in terms of the marketplace itself, it's a home run, Stargaze. And now on Wax, I know there's Hive and there's a couple more.
There's Nifty Blocks and Atomic Hub.
Now imagine they would all focus that energy of those three marketplaces into one mega marketplace that everybody knows. You know, that's what I would challenge them to do, is to try to really see which projects are totally aligned with Wax fully, and focus on that. But to me, that's the thing, right? I don't know the marketplaces, I don't know the websites, I don't know the dexes, and that's the big learning curve when you're trying to go on a new chain, which makes it hard for people to go. But
that's the part that I don't really understand, right? Like, I don't really do the dexes and marketplaces. Like, I sell, but I don't buy. I'm very, very limited to trader. Like, I don't do much trading at all. I always lose when I trade. But that said, like you're saying, if they would all concentrate on one thing, but they kind of do. Like, they're all focused on their marketplace, but each platform, like Nifty Blocks, has tools for not only being a marketplace, but for also being the NFT creator, where you can do your airdrops, burns, different kind of blends than what NFT Hive offers. Because NFT Hive offers a different kind of crafting, same marketplace abilities and stuff, but different kind of crafting, different kind of. They have the PFP creator, where you don't even need to know how to program; you just need to know basic math and some understanding of layers. But all the marketplaces are intertwined, right? So if I buy something on Atomic Hub, it will register that it was bought already on NFT Hive or Nifty Blocks, right? So they're each their own little creator hub as well as marketplace. And the other thing that Wax did, which was pretty smart, I think, is they put fees for the creators and the purchasers. So that kind of helps sustain their economy, right? Like, so every time I make NFTs and I want to mint them, I have to pay a little bit of money, right? Like, not what Stargaze or some of those other ones charge. Like, I'm just talking about like 10 cents to mint 100 NFTs, right? Or no money down to start a collection, and then just a little bit to do the processing power to mint everything. So it's really nicely set up. It's really clever, and I think it's got one of those more sustainable business models than I've seen in other marketplaces that don't actually charge any fees and expect a kickback somehow.
Well, you see, like Stargaze, that was their whole gist at first, right? I find it's a bit like a lot of applications do this. They offer the service for free at first, so that you join it. But once you're in and you're using it and you get used to it, it's hard to go somewhere else. So, and that's what they're trying to implement now on Stargaze, is the fee module. So they're going to start charging fees, which they weren't doing that much. They really put it on top of the creator this time around, like to start off, because there was a lot of demand to create new collections. As you can see, now it's slowed down, but before there was a collection is launching every single day, and it was a lot. It was a lot to process. If they wouldn't put the fees for the creators would just keep launching AI art back to back to back. So it's a double-edged. You can go both ways, but I think once you have implemented yourself fully, and you've implemented yourself fully, and you have the community and you have that user base, then I think the users themselves, especially if it's a token related to this market, like Stargaze, right? It has a stars token that's supposed to extract the value from the fees and all that of the marketplace. And if it doesn't have good price action, the marketplace suffers from it. So Wax is different. Wax is not just for the marketplace, it's for the DeFi. So it's actually utilizing. So imagine Stargaze would be using the Atom token. It's a whole different game, right? And that's what's potentially happening here with Stargaze. And because the original model for Cosmos was that Cosmos would be the security hub and a bunch of layer ones, which would be app chains for specific tasks. So one would be a DEX, one would be a DeFi, one would be NFTs, and each one would have a specific task, but 100% focused on that only. That was the vision originally. Now they were shifting away from that now. They decided that's not the way they want to go anymore, because they took a bit of a hit with Solana that really improved their chains. And this is the challenging part, right? Because now Wax has to fight against Solana. Cosmos has to fight against Solana as well. So, nothing's for sure. Maybe Cosmos won't be here. Maybe Wax won't be there. Maybe Solana won't even be there in a couple of years. And this new chain is going to come with this new concept and new technology that's going to be so much greater than the other ones. Like Sui apparently is potentially doing that right now, which is crazy, right? Because it just launched. So
Yep.
it's a fast-moving ecosystem. We don't really know what the future holds. We know blockchain technology is not going anywhere. Are all the chains going to succeed? I think there's a chance that quite a few that we have in the top 50 have a better chance of, let's say, succeeding in the future. But again, if the tools are there, there's still support for that chain. I just think there's going to be more and more people joining the blockchain as a whole. So I think it's for the next 10 years, there's a chance to grab market shares across the board for sure for all these chains. But it does help when you have an airdrop, right? Everybody's looking at your chain.
Yeah.
But chains like Axe and chains like Cosmos, the supply is out. So it's very decentralized. And I think moving forward, being decentralized is going to be a big selling point because all these new chains, it's very centralized. Look at the Mantra. Look at all these new chains that launched their tokens. The original investors are holding all the tokens or large chunks of the supplies, as in a chain that's been around for, 8-10 years now. Well, the tokens have been distributed. They've moved from one hand to another. They've got their ups and downs. They're battle tested. So
Are you upselling Wax to me?
Sorry?
Are you upselling Wax to me?
Well, I'm not upselling. I'm just trying to be realistic here.
Yeah.
I just don't want people to think that the chain's dead, right? Because I don't know, man. If I was Nostradamus, I'd be rich already, right? But
for sure. Well, the thing is, like, because I've been around for so long, I've been in the back channel. Like, I guess this is what the back channels are, right? Like, I'm talking to the developers in Telegram and some of the other players, and I've been talking to them for years, right? Like, there's another tool that Wax has called Bounty Block, and they're like the Zeely for Wax, where you can set up contests, like follow my Twitter, follow my YouTube, follow my Twitch, repost this, do that, and get a reward, or have chance of reward, right? So Bounty Block set that up for Wax, and they're also one with the most powerful airdrop tool I've ever seen in my life. Like, I could enter in my collection, tell me who has 666 of my Wax NFTs, and it will, it'll process for probably 10 minutes as it chugs through all the holders and everything, and then it'll give me a list. 21 people on Wax had over 666 of my NFTs still, which is pretty cool.
It's like a shot tool.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But now here's what I wanted to say about one more. Like, you're either going to try Wax or you're not. It makes no difference to me. I'm enjoying it. It's a fun place to be. But it's like trading cards. It's the Dollarama of blockchains. It is where you go to find some really cool little arts, a little cute, cool community that does some cool little stuff, and you enjoy yourself. It's a step away from the everyday, non-stop grind of trying to extract your ROI. And it can be quirky and fun, right? Like, there's Lupe, the senior Lupe guy that does he has this whole kind of a Mexican attitude. He types like he's from Mexico, like you would read it when it's phonetically, like the accent is phonetically typed in kind of thing, right? Like, and that's his whole shtick. And he's got these horses, and he does this handcrafted PFP art, which is probably a little bit different handcrafting than mine even. And it's just fun, right? And you got Breakman, who does a lot of streaming every Wax Wednesday, which is today also. And what he does is he gives away a shitload of NFTs in his streams, and then people go and they burn them and they blend them and they try to get to the next level, right? Or they sell them and they make money, right? So it's a neat little thing. And we were talking about how we need blockchains to kind of, which one's going to be here later on. Wax is trying to build bridges to Solana. They've already got their own coin, Woofy, which can be bridged to Solana and exchanged there and sold and traded there. And they got bridges for your NFTs to Base, to Polygon. I think they're going to try to get on Ton, even though that might be having some issues now that the guy has been arrested. I don't know. It's just, and like Stargaze, I keep reading all what is going on in the back channels there, and you're telling me some of the other stuff I haven't read. And so I know there's two blockchains that are really working hard to appease the creators. And what I've always told people in the early days of my starting off on the blockchain is, don't necessarily follow the collections. Don't necessarily follow the blockchain. Follow the creators. Follow those people that are out there every day putting in the hard work just to try to, stay alive. Those are the people that probably will not rug you even if the blockchain fails. They'll go somewhere else. Maybe they'll start a line of t-shirts, or maybe they'll start their own actual trading card collection or something, right? Like, follow the creators, because they're going to be around long after any blockchains fail. Like, I've been doing this since 2009 online, and that was even before I knew about the blockchains. 2021 is when I started on the blockchain. So, I mean, I've been doing all this before blockchains, and I'll do it even if blockchains end up failing, right? So if you follow the artist, you get into the art, you buy their art, you help make that artist kind of successful just by being a promoter for them. Your investment in their art is what's going to be the thing that lasts 20 or 30 years down the road, right? So
yeah.
And even if even if technology, the blockchain technology, even if Wax ends up failing, or if Stargaze ends up failing, the art is still in existence somewhere and can be reminted on a different blockchain or even sold, right? Like, the original could be mailed out, or let's say 100 years after I pass away, I'm suddenly discovered and made famous, and my great-great-grandkids are like, holy shit, we got all of Byron's artwork in these 12 boxes in the basement. Let's try to sell them, right? I don't know. I'm just yapping. I'm a little high. High on life.
But you know what? You're right. You're 100% right. At the end of the day, even for you, I mean, you have to create what makes you happy, or else what's the point of doing this if it doesn't make you happy, right? So yeah, I think collectors will follow you wherever you go. Yeah. There's obviously going to be diehard collectors. You're going to have people that are collecting just to invest. You're going to have people that don't want to explore specific chains. That's okay. And that's the thing. There's just so much different type of investors, collectors, in the space right now, that you really got to just make sure that, let's say on the Creepy Companions, we did launch, there's 700 people that minted your NFTs. Yep. Well, out of these 700 people, I'm sure there's a lot of people who'd like to know what you're doing on Wax, right? So yeah, exactly. I think it's just catering it to them, putting it in bite-sized pieces for it to be easy for them to do the jump. Because for you, it's easy, right? You just go there, you know where everything is, but they don't, right? So if you want them to come there, we gotta put all the links, a little explainer, and then if they have questions, they come in your Discord and ask you specific questions. But I mean, in terms of on Wax, I know that you've been putting a lot of pieces out there. Has there been like a huge turnout for these events that you're doing, or
yeah, actually,
is it like every other chain, or?
Well, it's actually it's different. It's more. I honestly will say it's a little bit of a diehard fans. I don't know. I have to do a little digging to see how many different people took part in the Ass Pack, for example. But for that, let me just go through the quick little stats. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to pull it up. Where's my template?
Yeah, because I think it's important, because I know it's just creating, but I think these statistics are important to take note, because I mean, if you're creating a lot of art and your goal is to become, let's say, famous or really have a huge user base that's collecting your art. If you go on a chain where there's not a lot of people, collecting or participating, sometimes you just have to decide to go somewhere else or explore at least these other chains.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I did with the Stargaze and the Say. I had to do it. I really learned a lot of lessons from you guys by being on there. I learned so much. I can't even put it into words, the different things on how to manage your community, how to manage your collection. But yeah, it was a very good educational experience, a bit of a burnout at times, but because it's a whole different kind of mentality. But in regards to the Ass Pack Series 8, again, this is Series 8. People minted 428 packs. Average price of minting it, right now the lowest listed one is 75 wax, and I was selling for 25 wax. Or you could use my own coin, the DHC, the Hordes coin, to get them as well, and I gave a huge discount on that. So people ended up sending me back, because the Dehordes coin isn't really deflationary. I own it all, except the about 1 million DHC I put out into there, and people send about 100,000 DHC back trying to buy these packs. They burned 339 of them, so that means there's still 98 or 99 out in the world, something like that. No, I guess 89 out in the world that could still be listed, opened. Almost all of the special NFTs have been claimed. The 16 Square Skulls collection, that's been claimed. There's one more of the 6 Speed Skulls and 5 more ink sketches that can be claimed. And these are, I'm not even sure if anyone's reselling these yet, because these are going to be worth something. They're going to go into the wax collection called Own Byron's Art, and these NFTs are going to be tied to the originals with a claim date of about a year from now. The point of that is, if the NFT is worth money, does the art get money as well? Like, is it worth the same as the NFT, or is the art worth more? You know, this is just a little stupid experiment that I'm trying out. And also to see if people actually hold it for a year and then claim it. And then if they do, boom, NFT Blocks has the ability to change the image to one that says claimed, or just even the metadata to say claimed. Anyway, so that's the Horde's ask.
I think we're gonna have some wax specific episodes, because there's a lot of information, and we can clearly see you're fully passionate about wax. So I think maybe people would appreciate having a live stream like this, but wax focused. For sure, man. Because there is a lot of information to process. I see that you're doing a lot there. So again, I think let's work in the back channels before Superman leaves on Monday. We can try getting at least a Medium article going. I'll share some stuff that I, as a newbie, what I want in terms of what do I need to get fully set up. I know I have the wallet, but it's been a while I used it. Maybe links to the specific marketplaces, and again, after that, it's just a question of putting, I'm doing the AF pack, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and just people that want to come and collect, they'll come freely. We're not here to put force art down your throat or to the collectors, but I think as a Creepy Companion holder, which is your life's art, I think the people that collected there, I think that's a good user base to tap into to try and collect your art on wax, if that's what interests them. And I mean, but all we have to do is just give them the heads up, and we'll work on that this next couple of days. But now, before we end this, I just want to talk about what's going on the Creepy Companions right now. We started the live auctions. There's also the gravy piece.
Yes.
What's going on with the gravy piece? Was that sent out yet, or
I was going? It's all packaged up. I was looking. He went out and bought one of my drip original paintings a while back, so I had to hunt around and try to find it. I'd put it in storage accidentally. So now that I found it, it's all packaged up, and it should be getting out. I was going to mail it out today, but my kid has the car, so I'll have to mail it out tomorrow. But I'm in communication with him, and he's cool with that. Bundled it up with a bunch of little prints and some other little goodies for him. I hope he does an unpackaging video, but if not, I've taken pictures.
So yeah, guys, if you guys like the gravy piece, and we're gonna make a video out of it whenever we launch the NFT. So it should be launched tonight if Cryptolian can upload it. So we've got the video that'll be launched. So again, he got a custom piece because he collected the Sphere Evils, but you do have an option inside of our Discord if you collect a lot of Creepy Companions to get one of these custom pieces done for yourself as well. So have a look in our Discord. It's all in the Creepy section. So get your NFT, get verified. It's all there. And so there's the gravy piece. There's actually the Cursed Bro. So you did a tribute to Luigi from Mario Brothers.
Right.
And we had a live auction in the Discord. So what I'm trying to do with those currently is that, we know the markets are down. So Byron did work on a bunch of pieces for the Creepy Companions. Although we don't think it's the best time to release them, we still wanted to keep some sort of engagement for the collection while, the markets are not fun for anybody because the prices are going down. But what we noticed is that there's still people willing to collect. And what we decided to do is I gave them options to either bid in the pieces with their ZombSEIs or Creeps. Either we launch them in stars on the Stargaze platform as an auction, which the funds 50% go back to the DAO. So I do have a piece that they voted that they want in stars. So I think it was your best piece. It's the one with all the aliens. So that's one that's going to be launched as an auction eventually. I just want to give everybody plenty of time to get to know that we're doing these live auctions. So the Cursed Bro went for 10 Creepy Companions and 15 ZombSEIs. Well, that's pretty cool. That's going to be a huge burn. And the goal here is to deflate the collections while we're slowly inflating the Horde of the Undead. And I do want to speak to you about the Horde of the Undead because I did have a bit of a light bulb moment this week of something that we can do for those specifically and give an incentive for people to collect the Horde of the Undead, because the Horde of the Undead is really the portrayal of 20 years of your life drawing, perfected your skills, and obviously it's related to the Stargaze ecosystem specifically. So, so we're really looking forward to present you what I think about that, but trying to give incentives for people to get the new pieces, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And what was the other thing I wanted to say? Yeah, and currently I just launched another auction this morning. It's again for 7 days, so you have 7 days to decide if you want to vote for it. And this one is a tribute to the mad scientists. So on your first rendition of it, on the tributes on the Creepy Companions, it is a little different. It had a bit more of your own style. This one that you did now is really more like the PFP collection itself. So it's a different version of it. We just wanted to do the mad scientist because I'll be honest with you, out of all the projects, it is one of my favorites. I'm not going to lie. I think Zerker is amazing. Trendy is amazing. They're super active. They get all the collaborations. They had a huge raise of funds. They do a bunch of informative spaces. They got universities. So, like, if somebody really wants to copy a model in terms of NFTs and utility and stuff like that, well, the Mad Scientists are definitely a no-brainer. And yeah, it's one of the OG collections. We're getting airdrops left and right from the chains, and that's something that I would love to strive for our collections one day. Is that to make it to that level? But again, they raised like something like $3 million from the NFT sale originally, which is absolutely insane. I think they were expecting something like 100K, and then they ended up raising $3 million. So
That's amazing.
Totally wild. So again, Byron made a tribute to the mad scientist. We'll be putting it on Twitter and giving them their flowers, and they've been super supportive of us. And
yeah, fun fact, I did it for Carrie. Really, Carrie on Twitter was like a big mad scientist fan, and I think he asked me if I could do one sometime. So one day I just kind of did. So not for him, but kind of inspired by him, I guess.
So this one is like for NFT. So again, what we're trying to see with the Creepy Companions. When we launched the Creepy Companions, we tried something different, right? We put some black and whites. We put some more rare pieces, some pop art, some
the history of Byron as an artist.
Exactly. So now what we're noticing is some of the black and whites and the sketches are going a bit below floor. So what we're doing is we're giving the opportunity for people to get rid of maybe a few sketches to get one of these rare NFTs. So although Byron might be a little upset getting rid of some cats and some of those sketches, but it's all for a good cause. And we think that by reducing the supply of the Creepy Companions to receive these Horde of the Undead pieces, it's a good model to keep producing art, all while making the entire supplies reduced. Basically not diluting the art itself, instead giving you options to upgrade. And at the prices they are now, guys, you could probably grab a couple Creepy Companions for $4 or $5 right now. So they're really cheap. And right now, for the minimum bid is 5 Creepy Companions for the Mad Scientist. There's already one bid in for 5, so you need 6 in order to win the bid. Currently, it's going to be up for 7 days, and right now, if you sweep the floor or you're still holding some of your creeps, well, you can keep the ones that you like and get rid of the ones like the sketches or the cats and stuff like that. So that's the main idea with this. While the markets are doing their thing, we still wanted to keep producing pieces, and that's what we did. So there's going to be about 4 more after that one. So we're going to probably launch the next one in stars. Currently, it is going to be launched in NFTs for currency. So go ahead and feel free to use one or the other model. Don't forget that if it is in stars, 50% of the funds go back into the DAO, which is going to keep growing the wallet on top of the royalties. So the wallet is growing slowly, and we're stacking stars the whole time. So very fun. I really like the live auctions in NFTs. I find it's a unique model, and it makes it fun for somebody that doesn't have to spend any money to get some art that he wants. And again, you have custom NFTs you can get done. If you're holding a lot of NFTs, you can buy one. You can get one done specifically for yourself, not necessarily a piece that Byron did ahead of time. So you can literally get it something like Gravy, and we're going to show you the piece that Gravy did, and you're going to see it's pretty crazy. You're actually working on one for Sticky Dinosaur.
Oh yeah, that's in the other room. It's pretty much done. I should be showing it to you guys maybe later today.
So if you have like even the video for that, I'll reach out to him and see if he wants it. Well, he'll have no choice, I think, to put it on the Horde of the Undead at this point.
Yeah.
But we'll see with him. Maybe we'll do something different for him. But my option is to go put it there for him. He started collecting your art. He's the one that actually won the bid for the Cursed Bro.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
the one that bid all the NFTs. So we know he a lot of ZombSEIs. So he could acquire quite a few of these pieces if he wanted to. So if they really resonate with him, so I'm pretty sure he's going to end up purchasing quite a few. So yeah, this one ended up quite a masterpiece here.
This one here?
Yeah.
Well, okay, thanks. See, now here's a fun thing. Like, let's say I wanted to give this away, right? On wax. Let's say I'm not going to. This is going to be for a reward for Creepy Companion and ZombSEIs holders. But let's say I wanted to. What I would do is I would probably cut it into 16 pieces digitally, put it together in some kind of pack. Like I would maybe you see there's all these faces, so I'd try to focus on the face, right, and make that its own little art piece, part of a bigger piece, right? So I'd make it like 16 pieces, you get them all, and then you could blend to get one of 10 limited edition final images, right? And then if you had the whole black and white version, you could throw a color bomb at it, which is something I made for wax, and you could get a color version, and maybe there's only 5 of those, right? So now you have to burn, right? That's the kind of fun shit I like to do. Doing things like that, by the way, with that ass pack, on my Zicko Army collection, the floor price was 0.1 wax, which is like half a cent or less, right? It's a tiny amount of money. But because I did the burn things for Ass Pack Series 8, where people could burn 5 of those to get 1 pack, or no, 7, sorry. It went from, we 4X the floor price already. It's now from 0.1 to 0.4. And there were hundreds of these things burnt. So the floor price is like deeply low, right? And then the community went and they did so much burning and buying and stuff that not only did the floor price go up, I got commission off of that little bit. You know, it wasn't much, but it was still something. And because all those NFTs are created by me, it means I had to use my RAM to create them. So by people burning them, it actually gives me some of my RAM back, which allows me to create more stuff later on. So it's like a nice little circle of money, right? And now those people that got those special pieces, they can go and resell them because they maybe spent 3 cents on them and now they're selling for 25 cents. So they're easily 7xing themselves. It's micro amounts of money, but you know, like pennies add up. So it's really cool. Like I'm taking all those kind of lessons learned about burning and trying to make it fun. And one of the people said it's the most fun they've had on wax in a month. So that was cool.
And let me ask you, do you have spaces with wax? Should we host a wax space like this? Like with a live stream?
We should, absolutely, 100%. And also Wax does their Wax Wednesdays. In about an hour, I believe, or even maybe now, they start with Breakman. He does his Twitch stream. He's going to probably stream for about 6 hours today, giving away NFTs the whole time while taking part in a couple of Twitter spaces with the Wax community. And then, like...
Well, it would really be like introduction to wax type of thing, especially if we plan it ahead of time and we advise because the thing is right now I feel like, you know, you're on wax and the community on Stars and say maybe it's not totally aware what you're doing there.
Yep.
So unless we spoon feed them the information, you know, they're not going to be exploring that. And I find that a shame because you're doing some cool things there. So yeah, let's really try to do this ASAP in the back channels.
Okay.
And my dog needs to go for a walk. So it's been an hour. So
yeah,
we'll be back for another live stream tomorrow if you're available.
100%.
Yeah, I think you're available tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll continue this discussion tomorrow. But very interesting. We're exploring the options. Obviously, wax right now. Byron is a bit more on wax. He produced a bunch of pieces for us. We're currently stuck on Say with the issues that we have there, so we can't really do anything there. So again, we're really trying to advance and go forward on all fronts. But yeah, right now, Byron's really letting all his creative juices on wax, really rallying his troops there. And again, I find it would be amazing if we can really rally all 3 communities together somehow and find a common ground between all 3, because as much as wax are maximalists, Stargaze people are maximalists, Say are maximalists, and I can see it now with Say, right? A lot of the people like went and mint them there for free. That was the incentive. Come mint for free, you have NFTs. But now they're not exploring the say ecosystem. They return to their old ways because it's just again, humans are creatures of habit. So people tend to go back to where they're comfortable, and that's just the way it is. But it's up to us to keep them engaged via your art and try to get them to interact with all three, because I do believe there's opportunities on all three. So yeah, we're going to try and do that the best as we can, and I think it's via the creepy companions that we'll be able to do that, and maybe ZombSEIs. But yeah, I mean, a Medium article. I'm going to ask you some questions. You give me some links, and I'll whip up a Medium article, at least for a simple introduction. And then maybe we can have a dedicated live stream just for what's going on Wax, what you did there, where do you have your stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's all on your website, but
I did have it all on my website at one point, but I'm revamping my website now. I have a couple of Hive articles I'll send you, and as well as a couple of Medium articles just to show you what's been going on, what I've been doing, what can be done. I think you'll be... I already think you are surprised. I think there's a lot more than you realized. But I mean, that's like on all chains, right? Like every chain has certain little neat features that no other chain has. Whether it's the marketplace or the community even, right? Like, so being
I find Stargaze and Wax, they have a lot of the same tools, but maybe you're more used to using the ones on Wax. But the pack things, what I think is cool is that you have this experience as a creator on Wax with all these tools, and I think that's what we need to present. Let's say to Stargaze, say, listen, they have this cool system which is packs and whatever, and we can. The fun part is Stargaze will listen to us, right? Mm-hmm. We're creators. We built here. We were featured, so they will listen to us, and that's what I like, right? At least they'll listen to your idea, like this ass pack stuff. Like, I don't think they have something that you open a pack and it ends up being like four or five NFTs in your wallet type of thing.
Right, and they're all random, right? Like they're random from a pool of 32. You only get 4, but you get randomly chosen from those 42.
So I don't know if they have anything like that. Maybe they do, and I'm not even aware, because what happens here is when the creator comes and he has one of these ideas, they launch the product. So like Ellis did the burn to redeem. So you would burn like 3 or 4 NFTs and randomly would produce the one from another collection. That's cool, right? You have that on Wax, but they have it on Stargaze too. So yeah. All these little things, real world assets, I find it's only Stargaze that has it. I don't know if other projects have that really on chain that you click on a button, you enter your mailing address, and it gets sent to you, which is pretty cool, which I haven't seen on other chains. But Wax really seems more advanced because it is an older chain, right? People have been building there for a long time, and same thing with Stargaze. It's now almost 4 years old, the chain. So, as it's been there a long time, developers keep developing, the product becomes better and better and better. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So we'll end it here. We'll talk in DMs, and we'll get on a call maybe tomorrow before the live stream and just go over a few things, and we'll try to present it to the community, because I feel like some of them might be interested to go and collect there.
Sounds good. All right, my son is home, so I'm gonna stop it.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good evening, or a good day, good afternoon. Bye.